Durban's Playhouse company will this weekend host a celebration for 10 local sopranos. The event features a stellar lineup of the country's top singers and will be headlined by internationally acclaimed divas as Mngoma and Pumeza Matshikiza. The concert will also feature a contingent of 24 star members from the KZN Philharmonic Orchestra, among other performers. Now, for more on this, let's chat to internationally acclaimed soprano Mngoma, as well as Motlalepula. She is the director there of 10 South African sopranos. Ladies, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live. Sibongile, I'm going to start with you. Tell us about this concept, 10 South African sopranos. How did it come about?
Well, it started, good morning to your viewers, and thank you for having us. It started about 10 years ago, 2013, when I did the first 10 South African Sopranos at Carnival City in Joburg. And it's been a dream deferred for me. So it was such a joy when the Playhouse company invited me to actually come and put it on here. It's always been my dream to empower women whichever way I can. And so the best way I can do it is in the space that I work in. So for the CEO of the Playhouse company, who is a woman, to empower me, enabled me to empower Motlalepula and the other sopranos.
Motlalepula, talk to us about your role and, directing such big powerhouses and these powerful voices and bringing it on stage so that it comes together as 10 South African sopranos.
So good morning, everyone. Good morning, the viewers at home. So when Sibongile approached me and told me about the 10 sopranos, I was a bit shaky because I had never been exposed to the opera world before. So my first encounter was like, as a South African Black female, how do I relate to this music?
Yeah.
And I couldn't find any relation. So I sat down with her and I was like, let's bring it home. Relatability is key, to any South African audience. So this is where the idea of merging or fusing Maskandi with the classics came about. Because if you want the people to come to the theater, then give them something that they can connect or relate to. So basically, the 10 soprano is literally doing that. We're fusing Maskandi and the classics.
Yeah. Sibongile, talk to us about the other sopranos on this lineup.
Okay, so you have Pumeza Matshikiza, you have Kayakazi Madlala, you have Brenda Tulo, Nomusa Sasayende, Nozugo Tedo, Kumbuzile, Dlamini Ndaba. Who am I missing?
Zolina
Ngejane, Sipamo Yake, Pumza from, so you've got people from all over the country. So the idea was to literally make it a national thing. While we are putting it on in KZN, but you touch every province, and literally all the provinces are represented in this production. So even though we are fusing or marrying opera to Maskandi in Ndlamu, it's more a marriage of the Western European art form to the South African Rainbow Nation.
Talk to us about the role of, narrator Albert Slindoguhle Ipokwe Koza, as well as you've got Maskandi star Lungile Mngoma. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, Matt and I are very passionate about inclusivity. So we are both very actively pro-LGBTQ+. So you see, she always says, I confuse people because sometimes they don't know if I'm a man or a woman. And so that story speaks to the story of the South African woman and the resilience and the changes that we've gone through, the acceptance, the what society does. So Ipokwe comes in and tells the story of the South African woman from all perspectives, not just from the female, but the woman. And Olungi tells the story of Umaskandi with her guitar. She doesn't speak a lot or sing a lot, but she makes that guitar speak. And the Zulu, we grew up with those people who would walk down the road playing the guitar. That thing. So that's what Umaskandi is doing. And then it marries with the opera. And then we bring in Ushembe. And then you just hear, it's beautiful. It's something that's never been seen, never been done. Yep. And it appeals to the youth. And I'm loving the fact that the Playhouse allows us to work in that space, because that's what they do too. So now we are saying, here are the young artists, here are the emerging artists, let's grow them in the ancient art forms. And I was Mngoma, we are grown up, so we need to have a succession plan. Yeah. And the only way to do that is to create platforms and give them the experience. I don't believe in you don't have experience, come back when you have 5 years experience. Yeah. I'm going to give you the experience so that you can also pay it forward to somebody else.
Yeah. Motlalepula, I see you nodding there. Tell us a little bit about why you agree with what Sibongile say.
Simply because, you know, she's literally passing on the baton, especially to a young Black female. For me, that's very important. And also me coming from a space of being a lecturer, I know what she exactly means by that. And I know that, Lina, one day when I am her, I am going to pass on this baton to the next coming generation. But just to top it off, so what excites me more about the 10 Sopranos in the second act, we get to celebrate the Zulu kingdom, you know, from King Shaka Zulu to the current king, who is King Masizulu. So for me, that's a big thing, you know, and also for just them allowing me the platform to, as a Motswana young female, to tell, you know, such a big narrative about the Zulu nation. So for me, it's big. It's not only about the 10 Sopranos, it's about culture that you know, it's mixing up, it's about Ubuntu, it's about just women coming together from different cultural backgrounds, you know.
So give us details. You're opening, I believe, tomorrow at the Playhouse Company in Durban?
Yes, 2 o'clock at the Playhouse Company in the Drama Theatre, and the tickets are still available at What Ticket, and I suppose they can still be bought at the door if they're still available by tomorrow, but we hope that they will still be available, but we would rather they were sold out before then. So yeah, it's 2 o'clock tomorrow at the Playhouse in the Drama.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck with the production going forward. Motlalepula Sitlako is the director of that production that's happening at the Playhouse Theatre. Also with her is Sibongile Mngoma, who joined us on Zoom. Playhouse Company celebrating 10 South African sopranos in Durban this weekend.